Hi guys, how's it going? Marco here for We Love Betting, bringing you some South American qualifying World Cup angles of attack for Thursday night. 2 games left in the marathon South American qualifiers, all still to play for. Starting with Argentina, Peru. I think it's at 12:30 on Friday morning. Argentina drew 1-1 with Venezuela in the last match. The first time they failed to beat Venezuela at home in a World Cup qualifier, or any time actually, in their history. So the pressure is on. They must beat Peru to keep their chances alive, as they have to go to Ecuador, the altitude of Ecuador, in their last game. Would mean if they do fail to qualify just the first time since 1970, they've moved this game to Boca Juniors Stadium, the Bombonera, for the atmosphere. But you know, it could work against them. They've not played there in a World Cup qualifier since 1998, and the unfamiliarity could go against them here. Obviously, Jorge Sampaio's only come in now for a few months. He's seen 2 games in charge, and Argentina failed to really impress in either of those. His sort of high intensity, high pressure style hasn't really worked so far yet. They're still vulnerable to the counter attack. That very slow lack of pace in the defensive system can be exposed, and was exposed against Venezuela. Also, of course, you've got to talk about Lionel Messi. He's playing maybe not intentionally, but he's playing a much more withdrawn role. There's very little connection between him, Icardi and Dybala in the September qualifiers. And rumour has it Dario Benedetto, a Boca Juniors striker, will start on Thursday night. Anyway, Messi will be playing in the hole. Eva Banega's back from suspension, as he was in the last game, so there should hopefully be a bit more spark and creativity to this team. But you know, I still find it hard to give them my full investment, really, because in 4 World Cup qualifiers this year, they've only scored 2 goals. That was a penalty and an own goal. They've not actually scored from open play themselves in 366 minutes. Flip it around now. This is Peru's biggest game in decades. They've taken about 5,000 fans over to Buenos Aires. I think the allocation is only about 1,000 for this game. They're in amazing form too. 5 wins on the spot now, including friendlies. Incredible, really, when you consider they only won 1 of their first 7 and hadn't won away in 12 years before they were awarded the game at Bolivia because of an ineligible player. They were second bottom before that match, 8 points adrift of 5th. Well, since then they've won 5, drawn 2 and lost 2. They won at Paraguay and Ecuador, real direct rivals. They've won 3 qualifiers on the spin. And the only side to actually record back-to-back qualifying wins in September. Ricardo Goretz has built a very young, stable, confident young team with so much pace and counter-attacking ability. There's almost a reckless abandon about how they play. They scored at least twice in 3 of the last 5 away. They actually hold the 3rd best attack in the qualifying section in South America, which just goes to show they do carry a threat. Paulo Guerrera's up front leading the line himself. Edison Flores scored in 5 of the last 6 qualifiers. And against Ecuador last time, yeah, they were up against it in the last 20 minutes. There were a few anxious moments, but they defended so stoutly and broke with pace. If they carry on playing that way here in Argentina and continue those transitions with the long balls towards Cuero into the channels behind the fullbacks, I think they could cause Argentina a few problems here. Peru haven't kept a clean sheet in 34 away games. That's 13 years worth of action, and I don't really fancy them to do so here. They are missing some key players through suspension. Right winger Carrillo, whose pace and power could hurt Argentina. He's suspended, as is his replacement Hurtado, key playmaker Cueva, and defensive centre-back and defensive rock Ramos as well. Anyhow, they rarely get thrashed, and I don't expect them to do so here. I think the play here is actually to back Argentina to score under 2.5 goals. They've not scored they only scored 3 goals or more in 1 of their 16 qualifiers. Only scored 16 goals overall, which is the 2nd worst tally. And if you look at expected goals, Argentina are bottom half in both open play and overall, including set pieces. Peru have conceded 3 or more goals in 2 of their 16 qualifiers and 0 in 12 since the start of 2016. You can get under 2.5 goals for Argentina at 9 to 10. I think that's the angle to play in the most anticipated qualifier of the week on Friday morning between Argentina and Peru. Best of luck.